Have you ever imagined that the universe is constantly listening to what you say, even when you're not aware of it? The truth is, we are all in constant communication with it, not just through words, but also through our intentions, emotions, and, most importantly, the attention we give to things. The universe doesn't understand human languages. It understands the energy we emit. And that's the key. Your attention is the language the universe understands. Learning how to talk to the universe isn't about words spoken aloud or whispered to the wind. It's something much deeper, subtler, and infinitely more powerful. It's about understanding that the energy you devote to a thought, a desire, or even a fear acts like a signal you're constantly sending out. It's a kind of vibration that spreads and returns to you in the form of experiences, situations, and opportunities. Everything around you responds to that signal as if it's tuned to its own frequency. But the secret lies in where you place your attention. Imagine your attention as a spotlight that shines only on what's important to you. What you focus on expands and gains strength. What you ignore weakens and fades away. If your attention is scattered, if you divide it between what you desire and what you fear, communication with the universe becomes muddled. The result? A chaotic mix of contradictory possibilities that reflect your own internal confusion. So, how can you communicate with the universe clearly and effectively? How can you ensure it understands what you truly want? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to keep receiving content that will lead you to true transformation. Continuing on, how can we communicate with the universe to ensure it understands our true desires? The answer starts with something simple yet crucial, where you direct your attention. Attention is the starting key, the first step in any creative process, because it amplifies the energy you are emitting. Imagine for a moment that everything you desire is already available to you, but the only thing preventing you from accessing that reality is how you are distributing your energy. If throughout your life you've learned to focus more on what you don't want rather than on what you do want, the universe will respond only to what receives the most attention. The secret lies in learning to adjust that focus. At this point, you might be wondering, is just thinking positively enough? And the answer is simple. No, thoughts alone don't create realities. They're just the beginning. Communication goes beyond the mind. It involves something deeper that brings life to intention, colors the thought, and makes it irresistible to the universe. What is that something? We'll explore that next. We already know the universe responds to the attention you give to something. However, what happens when that attention is fragmented or directed in opposing directions? It's like trying to drive two cars at the same time. One is sure to lose control. This is where the importance of directing your attention clearly comes in, focusing only on what you truly want. Think about how often you find yourself thinking about problems or worries that you actually don't want to happen. Every time your mind wanders down those paths, you're inadvertently sending confusing signals to the universe, reinforcing what you don't want. It's as if you're saying, I want this, but I'm also focused on what scares me. And the universe, without judgment or filters, simply returns more of what it receives attention on. That's why it's vital to consciously direct your attention. Here, we're not just talking about thoughts, but the quality and intensity of the attention you place. Imagine your mind as a magnifying glass. When you focus that glass on something specific, it enlarges and clarifies the object of your attention. Now, imagine that glass is functioning continuously in all areas of your life, on what you love, what you fear, what you desire, and even what you want to avoid. Everything that passes through that lens receives energy, whether it's good or bad. Therefore, directed attention is the first major step toward effective communication with the universe. It begins with the conscious choice of where to place your energy, and that choice must be made with intention. Most people spend a significant portion of their lives worrying about what they don't want. Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of rejection. The more they worry, the more attention they give to those fears. Unbeknownst to them, they're energizing precisely what they wish to avoid. Now, a significant shift occurs when you start redirecting your attention to what you want to experience. For instance, if you want to attract more abundance into your life, it's not enough to think about it occasionally. Your attention must be consistent, firm, and positive. When you notice a thought of lack, instead of reinforcing that state, you gently realign your attention to a state of abundance. This takes practice, but over time it becomes a natural habit. This conscious redirection of attention acts like an internal compass, pointing the way to what you desire. When you consistently align with what you want, rather than getting distracted by what you don't want, the universe picks up that clear signal and starts to conspire in your favor. Opportunities arise, doors open, and blocks dissolve, all as a result of the clarity of your attention. But, of course, directing attention is only part of the process. After all, you might be thinking positively, but if there's not enough energy behind that thought, it remains inert and lifeless. The key is learning how to energize your thoughts, and that energy comes from something beyond simple mental focus. It's about activating a much more powerful force, and one that many overlook. What could that force be that transforms a simple thought into reality? The answer lies in feeling, in emotion. Let's explore this next. If directing attention is like pointing a compass toward what you want, feeling is the wind that moves that compass. It's the force that truly breathes life into intentions, turning simple thoughts into effective communication with the universe. Thinking positively is a good start, but without an emotional energy accompanying those thoughts, they remain cold and distant, lacking the strength to bring about real change. Think of a moment when you were deeply moved by something, whether it was an intense desire or a great fear. The emotion likely took over, stirring your mind, body, and even the environment around you. That's because feeling is the fuel of creation. It amplifies and accelerates the realization of your intentions. When you deeply feel that something is true, you send a much stronger vibration to the universe. But here's the essential point. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You need to feel as if you already have it. The universe responds to the emotional state you're in right now, to what you're vibrating at this very moment. This means that if you want to attract more prosperity, for example, it's not enough to just picture yourself having more money or opportunities. You need to cultivate the feeling of being prosperous right now, feeling the peace, gratitude, and confidence that come with that reality. It's this vibration that tunes you into the energies that will bring you more of what you desire. This might seem challenging, especially when current circumstances don't reflect what you want. You might be facing challenges, difficulties, or even a sense of scarcity. However, it's precisely in these moments that the power of feeling becomes even more crucial. The more you can shift your internal state, even if your external reality hasn't changed yet, the faster the universe will respond to the new vibration you're emitting. The secret is to align what you feel in the present with what you wish to experience in the future. A powerful example of this is the use of emotional visualization. It's not enough to just mentally visualize what you want. You must emotionally connect with that vision. Imagine living the scenario you desire. How would it make you feel? Happy, relieved, grateful, confident? Focus on those emotions, allow them to fill your mind and body, and keep that feeling alive for as long as possible. The stronger and more frequent that emotion, the more intense the communication with the universe will be. Now, it might seem like this is just an exercise in imagination, but the truth is that the human brain and the energy field do not distinguish between what is real and what is intensely experienced through feeling. When you feel something with conviction, your body begins to act as if it's already true. And by doing this, you adjust your vibrations to a frequency that attracts more of what you're vibrating at. However, this process doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. Often, our feelings are stuck in old patterns of fear, doubt, or insecurity. To change that, you need to recondition your emotions, gradually shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance, from anxiety to confidence, from doubt to certainty. Each small emotional adjustment contributes to clearer and more powerful communication with the universe. So, communicating with the universe isn't just about thinking, it's about feeling. Feeling is what connects your thoughts to reality. When you master the feeling of already having what you desire, you become a magnet for those experiences. However, for this process to be truly effective, it's crucial to experience this truth in the present. The now is the only moment in which the universe responds. If feeling is the energy that brings your thoughts to life, the now is the stage where all this energy plays out. It doesn't matter how connected you are to your emotions and intentions if they are rooted in the past or projected only into the future. the universe can't respond. It only recognizes and responds to what you're vibrating in the present. Communication with the universe occurs exclusively in the now. It's easy to think that we're always focused on the present, but the truth is that most of us spend a large part of our time mentally lost in past memories or future projections. You might find yourself thinking about something that happened days, months, or even years ago, or worrying about what could happen tomorrow or a year from now. While this is natural, it's often where we lose touch with the real power of creation. The present is the only moment you have control over. The past has already passed, and the future is shaped by how you're vibrating at this very moment. When you can feel and live as if you already have what you desire in the now, you're aligning your vibration with the frequency of what you want to manifest. It's not about waiting for reality to change before you feel good. In fact, it's the opposite. When you start to feel good now, regardless of how things seem, you prepare the ground for changes to happen. The universe makes no distinction between what is already physically present and what is emotionally felt in the present. For it, feeling is living. However, there's a challenge. We are often conditioned to think that we need to wait for what we want. This type of thinking creates a distance between you and your desire. When you say, "One day I will have this," or "One day I will be like this," what you are really communicating to the universe is the lack of what you desire, because in the present you still don't see yourself as possessing that reality. The result is that the universe responds to that absence, and what you want remains always at a distance, like a promise of the future that never materializes. The key, then, is to change that perspective. Instead of waiting for the future, live in the now as if everything you desire is already happening. This doesn't mean denying your current reality, but rather connecting with the feeling of fullness that comes with the certainty that the universe is always in motion, responding to your vibrations. It is in this presence that transformations begin to manifest tangibly. The now is the most powerful moment because it is the only place where you can feel and, by feeling, shape your reality. When you live intensely in the present, without being trapped in the past or anxious about the future, you create a clear channel of communication with the universe. This is where the magic happens. This is why so many spiritual and philosophical practices emphasize the importance of being present, of living the moment with mindfulness. When you are truly in the now, you're not stuck in regrets or anxious about what hasn't happened yet. You're simply flowing with what is, and it is in that flow that you find your greatest power. But how exactly can we stay anchored in the present, especially when the distractions of everyday life seem to constantly pull us toward the past or the future? How can we ensure that our energy remains aligned with the now, even when everything around us tries to pull us away from that state? The answer to this question lies in the expansion of consciousness and the power of intuition. Let's now explore how they work, acting as internal guides to keep us on the right course. As you learn to live in the now, something interesting begins to happen. Your consciousness expands. When you are truly present, your perception broadens, and you start to see beyond the superficial layers of reality. Expanding consciousness is essential to improve your communication with the universe because it allows you to recognize the subtle signs and opportunities that arise along the way. Often, these signs are already around us, but go unnoticed because our minds are distracted by past or future concerns. Expanding consciousness means opening up to a deeper perception of the dynamics that govern your life. It enables you to see beyond the immediate, identifying patterns and connections that were previously hidden. When you place yourself in this state of expanded presence, you start to notice that life is full of moments of synchronicity, those perfect instances when things align in surprising ways. These events, often viewed as coincidences, are actually reflections of your energetic alignment with the universe. And here comes one of your greatest allies in the journey of communicating with the universe: intuition. Intuition is that inner voice that often whispers truths you may not fully grasp yet but know deep down to be correct. It is the radar that picks up the vibrations around you and guides you toward the most suitable decisions, even when logic can't keep up. How many times have you found yourself in a situation where, rationally, everything seemed to make sense, but something inside you hesitated? Or conversely, when intuition pushed you forward, even when external circumstances didn't seem ideal? This is the power of intuition, an internal compass that always points toward what resonates most with your true path. When your consciousness expands and you begin to listen to your intuition, communication with the universe becomes clearer. Intuition is, in many respects, the translation of the energies the universe is sending you. It guides your decisions, showing you the path of least resistance to achieve what you desire. Following your intuition means trusting that you are already in tune with the greater forces around you. However, many people neglect this inner voice, allowing themselves to be influenced by external noise, other people's opinions, social expectations, or deeply rooted fears. They ignore that feeling of, "This feels right," or "Something isn't right here." Over time, this weakens the connection with your inner self and with the universe, making it harder to hear intuition and pick up the signs of synchronicity that could facilitate your journey. Expanding consciousness and listening to your intuition is not something that happens overnight. Just like exercising a muscle, it requires practice and patience to strengthen this ability. But over time, you will start to notice recurring patterns, subtle perceptions, and small clues that previously went unnoticed. These perceptions are the universe's way of communicating that you are on the right path. And once you begin to fine-tune this perception, something even more important becomes necessary: the ability to distinguish between what is an authentic desire of your soul and what are merely temporary distractions from the ego. The ego often manifests as superficial wants or fears that are unrelated to what truly matters. But if you stay attentive and aligned with your intuition, you will be able to navigate these traps with clarity. However, this task isn't always easy. Knowing when we are being guided by our true essence or when the ego is trying to sabotage us is a process of deep self-awareness. And it is precisely about this balance between intuition and ego distractions that we will talk next, as we understand how to avoid these traps that keep us away from true communication with the universe. As you start to listen to your intuition and perceive the subtle flow of the universe, a new challenge arises: the ego. The ego is a natural part of our human experience but can be deceptive. It is deeply rooted in our need for security, control, and external validation, which often pulls us away from what we truly want on a deeper level. While intuition speaks softly and serenely, the ego, on the other hand, shouts, trying to convince us to follow its momentary whims. Ego distraction can take various forms. Sometimes it appears as fear of failure, of being judged, of losing. Other times it surfaces as superficial desires: the incessant quest for external validation, for status, or for achievements that, deep down, are not aligned with what you truly want for your life. In these moments, it can be easy to confuse these internal voices with the true guidance of the universe. After all, the ego also has a very persuasive way of making us believe that its demands are urgent needs. However, it's important to understand that the ego operates in the realm of distractions. It diverts your focus from what is essential, causing you to expend energy on things that ultimately won't bring the satisfaction you're truly seeking. To maintain clear communication with the universe, it's necessary to distinguish between these distractions and what truly resonates with your essence. One of the ego's main tricks is to make you focus on the outside, on how things appear to others or on what others will think. But speaking with the universe requires you to turn your gaze inward. It's necessary to silence the external noise and dive into a space of authenticity, where you can connect with your true desires and feelings. Here, intuition is the guide that helps you maintain this internal focus, always pointing you toward the path that is most aligned with your essence. Maintaining focus requires constant vigilance. The ego is skilled at diverting your attention, especially when you are close to achieving something important. This happens because the ego fears change. It prefers the comfort of familiarity, even if that familiarity is preventing you from moving forward. Whenever you feel drawn to thoughts of doubt, fear, or distraction, ask yourself, does this truly resonate with me? Does this desire come from my true self or from my ego? Recognizing the traps of the ego is a crucial step in ensuring that your attention and energy remain directed toward what truly matters. And when you can make this distinction, communication with the universe becomes much more powerful and precise. It's like cleaning a foggy window. Suddenly, your vision clears, and you can see the path ahead with much more clarity. However, avoiding these distractions is just the beginning. To ensure that your intentions are effectively captured and realized by the universe, you need more than just focus. You also must be able to reprogram your subconscious, the deepest part of the mind that controls much of your beliefs and automatic behaviors. It is at this level that true change occurs, and you will see how to reprogram it now. Often, what we consciously seek conflicts with the deeper beliefs we carry in our subconscious. For instance, you may want prosperity, but at some level, an old belief that money is hard to come by may be operating in the background, blocking the flow of abundance. It's as if your mind is pulling in opposite directions, the conscious desire to move forward and the unconscious program keeping you in place. To truly align with the universe and consistently manifest your desires, you need to reprogram the subconscious. This part of the mind governs most of our actions and automatic responses, functioning like a machine that runs continuously without our supervision. How do we do this? The answer lies in repetition. Think of your current beliefs as deep grooves etched into your subconscious, formed over years of experiences, conditioning, and repetitions. If you grew up hearing or experiencing situations that reinforce certain limiting beliefs, these impressions have become part of who you are, influencing what you believe is possible or impossible. The good news is that these grooves can be changed. Positive repetition is the most powerful tool for replacing these old beliefs. When you consistently repeat thoughts that align with what you want to manifest, such as, "I am worthy of abundance," or "My life is full of opportunities," you begin to create new grooves in the subconscious. Over time, these new beliefs replace the old ones, and you start to notice that your actions and reality change as a result. But here's the key point. This repetition must be infused with emotion. Empty words don't have the same power as words felt deeply. When you affirm something with genuine emotion, the impact is much deeper. It's like imprinting these new beliefs more firmly into the subconscious. And just as with the universe, the subconscious responds not only to what you say but to what you feel. This process requires patience and consistency. It's not enough to repeat an affirmation once or twice and expect your reality to change instantly. Just as an old groove doesn't disappear overnight, the new beliefs need to be reinforced day after day until they become your new internal reality. Many spiritual and self-development practices advocate the use of daily affirmations for this very reason. They help build new beliefs that are more in harmony with your desires, replacing the limiting patterns of the past. Once you truly start believing in what you're affirming, the universe picks up that signal and responds in tune. Therefore, repeating thoughts and emotions aligned with your desires is more than a simple mental exercise. It is a way to communicate with the universe on a deeper level, a level where real changes occur. This practice reprograms your subconscious so that it becomes an ally in your journey rather than a barrier. Now that we understand how to align the subconscious through repetition, there is an even more powerful component to strengthen this communication. Present feeling, which not only communicates with the universe but also shapes your own reality. Let's dive deeper into this essential aspect. As we delve into the connection with the universe, it's crucial to recognize that feeling is the true key to shaping our reality. It's not just about having positive thoughts. What truly matters is the intensity of the emotions those thoughts evoke. When we desire something, a new opportunity, true love, or a life goal, the way we feel about those desires is what really counts. Think of a moment when you felt truly happy. That intense emotion is a powerful energy that we can use to attract what we want. Instead of just imagining what we desire, we need to experience the emotion of already having it. This doesn't mean living in a fantasy world, but rather emanating a vibration that resonates with what we seek. When we allow ourselves to genuinely feel those emotions, we create a vibrant space where the universe can respond. Emotions have a transformative power. They elevate our vibrations and create a resonance that facilitates manifestation. By emotionally connecting with what you desire, you are tuning your frequency to that of the universe. Imagine what your daily life would be like if you had already achieved your goals. What feelings would that evoke in you? By allowing yourself to feel that now, you establish a direct connection with the energy that supports your intention. However, it's vital to remember that this emotional connection must be experienced in the present. The universe responds to your current frequency, which is why it's essential to bring this emotional experience into the here and now. When we focus on the present, we can align our feelings and intentions, enhancing manifestation. One aspect that often prevents us from fully feeling is our tendency to get lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. These distractions can pull us away from the emotional intensity needed to create our reality. To overcome this, it's important to develop practices that help anchor us in the present. A powerful technique is meditation. By dedicating a few minutes each day to focus on your breath and bodily sensations, you begin to release accumulated tension and reconnect with the present moment. This simple yet effective practice not only calms the mind but also opens up space for positive emotions to flourish. While meditating, you can visualize what you desire and, more importantly, feel how it would be to already have that in your life. Another strategy is gratitude. When we focus on the things we are grateful for, we elevate our emotional vibration. Gratitude connects us with the energy of what we already have while opening doors to new possibilities. Take time each day to reflect on what you appreciate in your life. This not only improves your emotional state, but also tunes your frequency to the abundance the universe has to offer. However, we must remember that this connection to the present must be genuine. The universe picks up on our authentic emotions, and if we are merely trying to fake an emotion, the resonance may not be strong. It's crucial to allow ourselves to truly feel, accepting our emotions, whether they are positive or challenging. This acceptance creates a solid foundation for building a true connection with the universe. As we deepen our understanding, we can explore how our emotions and present experience are not just fundamental but essential for maintaining clear communication with the universe. And this communication, in turn, reveals itself as a vital link between us and our deepest intentions. Thus, the path to effective manifestation is much more than just thoughts or desires. It involves vibrating at the frequency of what we want, intensely feeling joy and gratitude in the present. This practice not only strengthens our alignment with the universe but also prepares us for the next phase of this conversation. The understanding that the now is, indeed, the only moment the universe recognizes. This idea transforms how we perceive our own existence and the possibilities unfolding before us. When we understand this connection between our desires and reality, if we pause to reflect for a moment, we realize that, in truth, we are the universe in action. This powerful idea helps us understand that, to co-create our reality, we need to align with our higher self. This self is not an abstract concept but the purest essence of who we are, that part of us that is in tune with the energies of the cosmos. Co-creation is the act of shaping the life around us by using a combination of thoughts, feelings, and intentions. The moment we recognize ourselves as part of this vast universe, we realize that we have an active role in creating our destiny. This realization is liberating. By aligning our personal energies with those of the universe, we facilitate the manifestation of our desires. However, limiting beliefs and insecurities often interfere with this connection. Beliefs such as, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve this," create barriers that distance us from our higher self. This is where self-awareness becomes vital. By identifying and working through these beliefs, we begin to unlock our true potential. Practices like meditation, self-reflection, and gratitude can help us clear this internal energy. Connecting with the higher self allows us to distinguish between what comes from the ego, often driven by fear and insecurity, and intuition, which guides us toward choices that align with our true nature. This differentiation is crucial, as it helps us navigate life's opportunities in a way that is more aligned with what we truly desire. Imagine yourself facing a new job opportunity. If you feel drawn to it but also hesitant, it's possible that the ego is trying to protect you from potential disappointment. Listen to that hesitation. Ask yourself, does this opportunity resonate with my higher self? Does it bring me closer to my true desires? This questioning practice helps align your decisions with what truly matters. As we become more attuned to our higher self, experiences of synchronicity and flow become more common. You may notice that things seem to fit together perfectly, as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. This is not mere coincidence. It's a sign that you are vibrating at the right frequency and are open to receiving what you desire. When we truly connect with the higher self, we begin to experience an abundance that once felt distant. This abundance extends beyond material aspects. It encompasses relationships, opportunities, and experiences. To access this abundance, it's essential to release what no longer serves us. This may include thought patterns, negative habits, or even relationships that hold us back. By clearing this internal energy, we create space for the new to flow into our lives. This openness is fundamental for the universe to bring us the experiences we truly desire. More importantly, it allows us to feel the joy of being co-creators of our reality. True freedom arises when we recognize that we have the power to shape our lives from our essence. This intimate connection with our higher self leads us to a deeper understanding of our role in the universe. By allowing ourselves to be guided by this part of us, we find not only clarity but also a renewed sense of purpose. This reflection on our relationship with the higher self naturally leads us to consider the distractions that may arise along our path. How can the ego, often motivated by superficial desires, divert us from what we truly want? This is an important question to explore, as understanding and managing these distractions is essential for maintaining focus and clarity in our co-creation journey. When it comes to co-creation, it's natural to wonder why some people seem to attract everything they desire. The answer lies in the energy we all emit. Next, you will see how inspiring figures like Jim Carrey and Oprah Winfrey have used this understanding to achieve success. It all boils down to a simple question. Everything is energy. The way you vibrate can transform your reality in extraordinary ways. Get ready to learn how to intentionally control this energy and shape your life as you wish. Click on the video appearing on the screen now and start your transformation. The universe is waiting for you, and the change starts now. I'll see you there.